Fucking hell.
That'd be a good one.
Carried on going. Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiresome. Today we're back on the Scimitar. That's right, it was only, a couple of weeks ago we were on the Scimitar, then we went to Supra, and I was actually planning on laying into the Supra, you know, you just got the head off and everything like that. Well now, the Scimitar's decided to be less reliant than its name might suggest. And it's a classic thing. If on this car, it's always the brakes, specifically the rear drum brakes, that need constant attention. Or, in my specific circumstance, the wipers. And as you may see, they are sort of erect. And they don't move. They don't move. Now, we have had the issue before where it was actually the wiper rack, because there's a little pipe that it goes through, and that pipe had a slight bend in it, and that was causing excess tension on it, and basically just causing the wipers to look like they were being lethargic, but actually it was the wiper motor fighting the forces of grinding through the pipe. Anyway, it wasn't that. The wipers went up and they were fine, they were being okay, and then suddenly, boom, they stopped at the top. As a bit of a fault-finding process, because I did need the wipers, it was raining, I did go through the electrical connections. My fuse box is crap, and it is really so on top of my to-do list with the Scimitar. It's incredible, but somehow there's always more demanding things in the way. But I did check the fuse box, the fuse itself, the wiring, and all that sort of stuff. Not with a meter, but just, you know, just reseating all the connections and everything. No sign of life at all. And then I thought to myself, actually only this morning, they've stopped right at the top. And now, I don't know if you know how the wiper motor works in an older car like this, but basically there's a cam, and it goes around in the wiper motor, and then it goes back again. And if that cam has come dislodged or whatever, and the wiper rack isn't seated properly on it, then that could be causing this issue. It just seems weird that they stopped dead, and it wasn't like a slowdown or anything like that. And it seems weird that, well, now, regardless of any sort of attention, I can't get them to move. So we will start by taking the wiper motor. Well, actually, I might let Tim go through the electrical connections and see what he thinks as well first. Just because, you know, second pair of eyes is always good. We've got a multimeter. That might be the first time we've used a multimeter on Tiresome.
I was going to say, I left mine at home.
Well, I don't know if mine works.
Mine.
I think mine's like a bit of a high-tech one, and I think it's a bit too high-tech for me.
I've got no problem with it.
Okay, well that's good. You might know how to use it. But we'll have a go at that, and if not, then we'll take the wiper motor apart and see what that cam system's doing in there. Because I would have thought, even if the cam had come dislodged, the wiper motor, you'd still hear it trying to do something, unless it has properly jammed.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. Investigation commences. As Tim gets the wiper motor cover off, we have decided actually to scrap the idea of the multimeter. It's far too scientific. We're just going to go take the wiper motor cover off, and then we can see if we can move the wiper rack independently of the motor. And also, then when the cam's off and the rack's not on it, we can then try and use it and see if it moves. See if there's any sign of life. Bit more of a process of elimination approach as opposed to the, you know, motor technician.
We might get to the multimeter if the motor doesn't work.
Oh, well, it might be, yeah, it might be regardless, yeah. You got it off?
That one's off, yeah.
Okay.
And you'll know what it's meant to look like.
Yes. Looks alright from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Also looks very well greased. I'll get you in. So there you go, there's the wiper motor there, and it looks fine, everything seems to be in place. So now the next step is to remove the cam and all that sort of stuff and see if we can move them independent of each other. That gear on the right hand side, you can see quite clearly there's like nylon teeth on the edges, and actually famously I think nearly all wiper motors of this time used that sort of, you know, way of doing it, and that is well, to keep the noise down really, but also as you can imagine, over time those gears can strip and things like that. I've actually heard of people taking those gears off and sort of flipping them around and then putting them back on, so it uses the other half of the gear. But hey, let's start taking it apart. It's all very well greased in there. Lovely. Nothing seems to be afoot, and there's like a screw gear behind this, and of course if it was jammed then we would expect to see those teeth misaligned or something, and they're not. They're perfectly in the grooves of the ones that I just mentioned, the nylon ones, and those teeth do look alright. They're in okay shape, so Yes, fun stuff. Here's that. There's a little washer. If we seat it again, then it will sit flat and I can get this bushing out, which also looks okay. And now we can get that off. Okay, right, well, now that that's off, I will start the car and see if the wipers work. Well, the motor spins.
Yeah.
Blue roll.
Okay, wiper.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. It is an electrical issue.
It is an electrical issue.
Beautiful. Okay, good news. We got the multimeter. Bad news is it's out of battery and it takes a 9 volt, a PP3, and I don't have any of those batteries. So we're not using the multimeter. What we have also found out though, which is actually something I just remembered I found out the other day, but I forgot to tell everyone, including you. The washer motor doesn't work either. So if the washers and the wipers don't work, probably the switch. That being said, last time we painted the car, in fact when I painted it purple, I just painted right over the jets. So I've never actually really tried to use it. Should have done that, because it's a pain in the ass to replace them. I have got new ones, but they're impossible to change. So, what we're going to do is just you finger the switch a bit, I guess, see what happens. Okay, like every good Scimitar owner, spares. This one's got a dangly indicator stalk, as you can see. But the wiper stalk is actually very nice. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is unplug the one that's on the car, plug this one in, just give it a click, see if it works. Let's go around the front so you guys can see. Okay, replacement switch is in.
Right.
Ignition. Starting.
Can do.
3, 2, 1.
Nothing.
There's a switch that I've plugged in just up here, but what I've noticed is, look, if I just push this up, it kills the car. This is absolutely atrocious under here. I would also like to say this is none of my doing. Well, I guess I've had it for 10 years. It's not of my undoing either. But you've got cables here. There's a brownie here. This is just hanging off. It is atrocious, I know, but we should probably fix that. Does the car start again? Yeah, so it's fine as long as you don't, you know, do that. What exactly? There's a scotch lock, for love of God, who's done that? I mean, we're still not saying it's not the switch, are we? Well, it's not the switch. This is definitely the wiring at this point, isn't it?
Looks like it.
Because if the motor's fine. Actually, now that it could obviously be the motor burnt out. But then it would come to a slow halt. It wouldn't just go click, nope. Yeah, that moves freely as hell, so that's fine. The wiper rack and everything's fine, as we predicted. The fuse is okay. The fuse box is not okay. The first thing I said in this video is that the fuse box is shite. But the wiring actually to the wipers seems okay, and I've never actually had an intermittent issue with the wipers apart from when we had that train. Apart from when we had the issue with the tension. So I guess it could be motor, or it could be, and more likely, the wiring.
We need the multi-tester, really.
We do need a if only we had a multimeter.
I might quickly whip home and get it.
Yeah, you could have a look for some AM4-5 spacers as well.
Yeah.
Or would that take longer?
Take longer.
Okay, alright.
I know where the multimeter is.
Okay.
I know where the spaces are.
Alright, okay. That being said, what's the multimeter going to tell us? Apart from the voltage?
That we've got power to places.
Yeah, but we know that because it'll move.
No, if it's burnt out.
Oh, I see. Well, I've got a spare one.
Yeah.
Could plug that in.
Could do.
What do you think?
It's worth a try.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing
Okay.
at all.
And here we see Tim. As he's got his multimeter, he prepares to start with testing the fuse, which, as you can see, the fuse box is just being a juicy dangler over there.
Which one is it?
Third in from the bottom there.
That one.
Yes.
Okay, so that's on somewhere too.
You might want ignition.
Probably.
Hot and fresh up the
At the
kitchen.
moment, I'm trying to find somewhere to.
Mama rolling that body.
Say again?
Everyone in Newish. I'm singing R. Kelly. I don't think I'm allowed to now. You know, because
For an earth.
an earth.
Yeah.
Well, you got a big bit of metal to the left here.
Not that.
Well, not that bit.
So that bit dropped. This bit.
Yeah.
I suppose that's earth.
In fact, there's an earth strap there, is there not?
Can't see one.
No. Okay.
What I need is trouble is
It's not always easy. Oh. It's getting technical. Oh, underlay. Oh, he's unfused it.
I've unfused it.
It won't work now.
Didn't work before.
Oh, Tim.
Can I get that to hold?
A 35 amp fuse actually for the wipers. Well, there's a 50 in it, but don't worry about that.
I wonder it didn't blow. Right. Let's see what we got on that side.
Ignition?
Please. More ignition?
Well, it should work with that.
Try using the motor. Something happened.
Oh, I flick the switch.
Flick the switch then.
Oh, they're on.
Oh. Turn it off again. Interesting.
Nothing?
Oh.
Oh, the wipers work. They just moved. What happened?
There was no power at one side of the fuse. I touched the other side.
Oh, they work now.
Worked.
They work now. That's it, all fixed, all good.
I think it's the fuse, like not making decent connection or something or other.
But I tried reseating it and everything.
Yeah. It's either that or the switch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tonight.
We need more testing.
Okay, so we have deduced that they can work. The wipers have the capacity to work. But Tim, when we took it out and reseated it again, they didn't work again, which is good, because we really want to find out what that problem is. But Tim, actually from one side of the fuse to the other, wasn't getting a gap. So we actually think that the fuse itself might be a bit problem. He now has 14 on both sides, 14 volts on both sides of the fuse, which means if I flick this switch, so let's have a look at that fuse and check it out. I tell you what though, even though you can't see anything wrong with this fuse, it's going in the fucking bin. Okay, that's annoying, because I mean I had 200 fuses sat behind me the whole time. Well, isn't this a potentially very short video? Don't lean on the bonnet, Tim. Okay, right. So there you go. Even when you think of all the other things, that dodgy switch that's gone, the wiper motor that I've replaced once, the rack that's caused us issues all over the years, it was the Chinese glass fuses that caused the issue. In a way, even though it looked visually okay. Annoyingly, as I just said, that box of fuses is just sat behind me on the chair, on the floor, sorry, behind the chair, and could have just tried a different fuse at any point. But it looked fine, you know, normally when a fuse goes, it goes. But there you go. Take this as a lesson. If your fuse looks alright, maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's dodgy, maybe it's from China, and, you know, it's shit. Either way, we replaced it with a 35 as well, and now it'll be good forevermore. It'll probably just be next week, it will just go again, which is good, because tomorrow we've got some weather coming in. Yes. Even though today is quite nice, I must say. Thank you very much for joining us today. I know it's only a little episode probably, but hopefully we'll get back to the Supra next week. Get that head on. Bye.